up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we are going to be discussing some Detroit Lions news. We're going to be talking about the Chicago Bears official injury report heading into Sunday. And also, we got to hear from team captain Jarrad Davis and Tracy Walker. So let's get it started.
You know, I got to shout out DoseOfDion, man, because it was actually the first time I went live on YouTube. And, you know, guys don't know, DoseOfDion, he put out a lot of good content for the Detroit Lions.
Welcome everybody to another video. Glad you guys are here. And today, man, we just have a little bit more Detroit Lions news. And let me just say, guys, anytime I'm getting news, I'm super excited and I'm trying to share it with you guys. As of now, I am so hyped up for Sunday's game. I literally don't know what to do with myself. I'm just so excited. We've been going through we've been through a lot, guys. We've been uploading pretty much daily. I think it's been daily. I don't think we've missed a day. Maybe like one day. Daily through the offseason, training camp, free agency. And here we are, literally 2 days away from the NFL season to start. I'm just super excited for the season to start. So, man, it just feels like 2 days is close, but it's also still just a little bit too far. Like, you're just really, like, you're not playing tomorrow? Come on, man. But, you know, it is pretty close. So I have some more Detroit Lions news that we're going to discuss today. And the Chicago Bears injury report is definitely something that we have to keep an eye on because, well, we play the Bears week 1. Start off with the injury report for Chicago Bears. And I never wish injuries upon anybody, but we know if a player is not on the field, that could definitely lead to an advantage for the opposing team. A team like Chicago Bears, where their biggest strength is literally getting to the quarterback. For Chicago Bears have put a lot of their assets, their draft picks, their money has gone to Khalil Mack, now Robert Quinn this offseason, Akeem Hicks. They have put a lot of stock into that pass rush, but we may not see the full pass rush in week 1. Why? Well, because Robert Quinn has been listed as doubtful as of now. As of now, he is listed as doubtful with an ankle injury. He has been pretty limited to no participation in practice this week. So he's definitely someone that you need to monitor for the Chicago Bears because if he is not out there, it can definitely help the Detroit Lions, especially if their starting tackle is not out there either. I mean, that is what the Bears really have. Khalil Mack, Robert Quinn pose a very difficult threat for offenses. But if one of them, just one of them, are not on the field, that's going to be a huge difference. When Khalil Mack was out there last year and Akeem Hicks was not out there, his production dropped way off. Just saying, having another pass rusher out there is going to be very beneficial for the Chicago Bears, and if he is not out there, that's huge. But speaking of Khalil Mack, he has also been listed as questionable with some limited participation with a knee injury. So he's not doubtful, he is questionable. But again, another guy you have to keep an eye on. And they have about, 6-7 players here that are also questionable, but these players have also had full participation throughout the week. You have guys like David Montgomery, who is questionable but has been full participant. So it looks like Montgomery actually might give it a go. A guy that looked like he wouldn't play this weekend might actually getting some opportunities. So Tariq Cohen, you might actually be right. David Montgomery might be out there week 1. Cordell Patterson, their return man, who's definitely explosive, someone that can have a huge impact over a game, someone that can change a game just like that, has also been listed as questionable with full participation. Spriggs is questionable. Wims is questionable. Vaitai is questionable. Cornerback Buster Skrine. Okay, so those are that is the current injury report for Chicago Bears. Of course, this can update, but as of now, I think you definitely just have to keep your eye on Robert Quinn. Just see what the status is for Robert Quinn. We know Hunter is not going to be playing in week 1 for the Minnesota Vikings. They go against Green Bay, and now it looks like potentially Robert Quinn may not be out there. All right, everybody, so you may be able to tell, but I'm hopping back in here because we did get the Detroit Lions injury report heading into Sunday's game. And let me just say, man, there's some unfortunate news on here, definitely. There's some that maybe we've expected, but we're going to hop right into this. So, yeah, we just looked at the Chicago Bears one. Now let's take a look at the Detroit Lions one. First off, tight end Hunter Bryant has been labeled as out. I don't think this one's any bit surprising at all. I mean, the guy really hasn't participated at all. I mean, the guy really didn't participate in training camp. He hasn't been participating since he made the team. So we'll see if Isaac Nauta comes up to the active roster for this weekend to play, or if the Lions just rock with Jesse James and TJ Hockenson. I'm not exactly sure how they're going to do that. But I could definitely see them maybe move up Isaac Nauta, but Hunter Bryant is out. CJ Moore, the safety, also out with a hamstring injury. Both those players are out with hamstrings. A lot of hamstrings, guys. I guess just something as of now. Patricia explained that earlier this morning. But CJ Moore, our safety, has been out as well, which really stinks. I mean, Brandon Coombs was hyped up for this guy for special teams. So hopefully our special teams doesn't take too big of a blow here. Big V has been labeled as out with a foot injury. That is not what you want to hear. I think this is a huge injury. I know the Kenny Golladay one is big, and there's no doubt about it. But Big V injured is huge. I mean, you're going against one of the best pass rushing fronts in the NFL. You know, obviously we'll see if Robert Quinn and Khalil Mack play, but Big V is a big part of this, especially for that running game. But I am confident that Terrell Crosby can get the job done. He's not better than Big V, okay? That's without a doubt, he's not better than Big V. So it's going to be a little bit of a downgrade, but I know Terrell Crosby can hold his own. So we'll see how well the Detroit Lions run to the right side. They may try to stay away from it a little bit, but we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, the Lions have a lot of success running to the left. They've had it. They had it last year. I mean, they were really good running to the left side. Second in the league. But running to the right side, they struggled last year, and now Terrell Crosby steps in. But hey, this is an opportunity for Terrell Crosby to prove himself, all right? Go out there, prove himself. I'm assuming Crosby's going to start. Maybe it's not Crosby. Maybe it's someone else, but I'm assuming it's going to be Crosby. Kenny Golladay has been labeled as doubtful with the hamstring injury, kind of like Robert Quinn here, both labeled as doubtful. So not good there, not looking good. Doesn't look like Kenny Golladay is going to play this weekend. No participation in the last 2 days in practice. So I don't think Kenny Golladay is going to go, which means Quintez Cephas is going to have a nice opportunity to shine a little bit. Marvin Jones Jr. is also going to probably be the number one. I mean, Marvin Jones is going to be the number one receiver. So yeah, a couple of weapons, Kenny Golladay down. That's tough. So is Hunter Bryant. Danny Amendola has been listed as questionable. I think he's going to play. I think Danny Amendola has been dealing with a lot of veteran stuff, but he is questionable with a hamstring, so he's probably a little tight there. Deshaun Hand is questionable heading into this one. Jeffrey Okudah is questionable. He's had limited participation. Julian Okwara is kind of questionable, but he was back in individual drills going at it again today, so I think he's going to be good. Darrell Roberts questionable, and DeAndre Swift looks like he's good to go. So, yeah, a lot of questionables here. I think Amendola's good. I think Hand's good. I think Okudah's good. I think for the most part, all these questionables are good. But Kenny Golladay and Big V, I don't think they're going to be playing this weekend. So, definitely an opportunity for some other guys to step up. Cephas, you have a golden opportunity. So does Marvin Hall. These guys have an opportunity to prove himself. Jamal Agnew, which will be really cool to see Agnew. But for the tackle position, it really stinks. I want to see Big V play week one. But, hey, Terrell Crosby, you got an opportunity to step up, show him what you can do. And I still have a lot of confidence. I have tons of confidence going into this week. So that is your injury report for both teams. Now let's get back to the video. Now let's hop into what we got to hear from Jarrad Davis, who is a team captain, and also Tracy Walker. We're going to start off with Jarrad Davis, who had a lot of takeaways. And let me just say, Jarrad Davis had a lot of interesting nuggets here, okay? A lot of stuff that I had to write down. So first off, when he's talking about, the weird offseason and not having preseason games, he says it can be very difficult for rookies because it's a different level, it's a different speed than college football is. And we've heard multiple rookies say this. I mean, we've heard rookies come in and say, hey, it's just different. Something's just different about this. We heard John Pennicini say that. And now Jarrad Davis is saying, well, yeah, game day, it's going to be different as well. It's going to be just another level up. And we've done our best in practice, but you really can't simulate how fast the game speed is once you get going. However, he did say playing against a divisional opponent always adds something different to the game. Always just adds a little bit extra heading into game week. And the Detroit Lions have back-to-back divisional games. We know that is a huge opportunity for the Lions to get up in their division or potentially down in their division. Same thing with Green Bay. They have Minnesota, then us. So it's a huge 2-week stretch to begin the season. I mean, it's been a weird offseason. It's been a short offseason, but it's still 2 huge weeks because these first 2 weeks can have a major impact. If you go 0-2, not only are 0-2, you're 0-2 in your division, and that's not how you want to start things off. So these 2 games are going to be huge. Speaking of Corey Unlin, who is our defense coordinator, he said he's a very loud and very upbeat, kind of passionate type of coach that if you're kind of down in the dumps, he's going to let you know. He's going to let you know that you're not gassed up. So he's trying to hype you up for practice, and I love that. Corey Unlin I've said it before, he just seems like more of a player's coach to me, and I think he fits really well with this defense. Someone that we needed on the defense side of the ball, someone that the players can really vibe with. That's how I would say it. Getting to the quarterback is fun. Someone that has worked on pass rushing, doesn't know exactly what his role is going to be this year, but he does know that getting to the quarterback is fun. It's something that he's trying to improve upon and continue to get better at. It's one of Jarrad Davis' best traits because of his athletic ability. The guy can just fly to the football, and he's pretty good at getting pressure. If he can finish off the play, I mean, the guy's really tough to block. I mean, he's very good with delayed blitzes, so definitely something to keep an eye on heading into week one if the Lions mix in some blitzes there. I'm curious to see where he lines up on the field, how much he's lined up on the outside and how much on the inside, because I think we're going to see him line up more on the outside than normal. I mean, he's done it before, but I think more than normal. About Trubisky, he said Trubisky is a good quarterback. He said he's a very good quarterback, a talented quarterback that continues to get better, and he always finds a way to finish off games. And boom, there comes the word again, man. It hits hard, but it's true. They find a way to finish, and that's why we've lost last 4 matchups against the Bears. I mean, sure, we didn't have Stafford, but we also didn't finish those games, right? We could have won them. We just didn't finish. And the Chicago Bears has, Trubisky has. He also said the veterans they've added with Jamie Collins, Duron Harmon, and Danny Shelton has been huge. And they brought that winning mentality, that winning mindset, just a different way to kind of look at things. And I think Jarrad Davis hit it right on the head here. Jarrad Davis was spitting some deep facts here. He said that these guys just bring a different approach, a winning approach. And you're out there like you're in it, right? You're in the game. It's going down. those are the kind of guys that you lean on, right? You can believe in your teammates. You can believe in Jamie Collins and Danny Shelton, the guys that have been there, the guys that have won, the Duran Harmons. Duran Harmon's been labeled as a captain. These are the guys that make a huge difference defensively. He said we've seen it so far in training camp, and it's going to be big. Everybody's close together. It's a very tight bond heading into this season. He said it's way better. He didn't say them before, but I'm assuming he meant them before because last year was not. But this year, man, everybody's kind of buying in. Everybody's playing for one another. Everybody's playing together. This is a beautiful team. We have built something really, really well here. The chemistry seems to be through the roof. So hopefully we see that heading into week 1. Now, Tracy Walker, just a few takeaways. He will be wearing the cleats of his cousin. And by the way, his cleats were really, really awesome. So shout out to Tracy Walker for doing that. He also was asked about why he's getting so many second team reps. He says, I don't know. I'm going to be out there. They're going to put me in a position. And wherever you put me, I'm going to go out there and make plays. But that's not something that I can answer. I can't answer why I'm getting second team reps. Okay, now maybe there is a reason for it. Maybe they did tell him, but he just don't want to tell us. I don't necessarily know. We're assuming he's going to get a lot of starting snaps. I'm assuming he'll get starting snaps because he's a very talented player. But either way, he says, hey, wherever I'm going to be on the field, whatever position you put me in, if you put me in position, I'm going to go out there and do the rest. I'm going to go out there and make the plays. I have tons of confidence for Tracy Walker heading into this season. We know Will Harris has been getting a lot of first-team reps, so that's kind of why that came up. Really something to keep an eye on there is Robert Quinn, Khalil Mack, definitely those pass rushers. And for the Detroit Lions team, Kenny Golladay, Big V, those are two guys that you want to keep an eye on as well. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I don't know exactly what's going to happen heading into week 1, but as of now, that is your injury report for Chicago. That's what we got to hear from the team captain and Tracy Walker. And until next time, thank you for watching. And I'm out. Look at all these cool people. Look at all these cool Hall of Fame, All-Pro, and patrons. You guys are so awesome. Look how interesting. That's an interesting name. I've never seen one like that. I'm not saying that one out loud. We got some cool stuff here, man. I appreciate all of you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys want to be part of this? Click the join button. I appreciate you guys. Look, man, you guys are cool, man. I see you. Oh, I see you're not sneak. I see you down there, my boy.